Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. So for this week's review, we are going to be testing out the All That Glistens Eyeshadow Palette by Revolution. And I mean, guys, look at the shades in this palette. This is making me feel all kinds of festive, like with the reds, the golds, the greens. Oh my goodness. If they didn't make this in mind for Christmas, then they've missed out on a trick, because I'm really feeling festive when I look at this right now. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I am side-eyeing like Christmas ornaments a bit, and I am itching to take the Christmas tree out, but I promised that I'd wait till the 30th of November to put my tree up, and hopefully I'll be able to stick to my promise. However, moving aside from my premature Christmas spirit, this is the palette we're going to be trying out today. I'm going to be creating a look with as many of the shadows in this palette as possible, along with finishing off the look with a couple of the new Poutbomb lip glosses that they just brought out. I've never really been a lip gloss kind of gal until very recently when I did a review on some NYX products, but ever since then I have been absolutely obsessing over them. So just before we jump into creating a look with this lovely eyeshadow palette, I just thought I'd give you a little bit of information about it. So this has a mixture of glitter and pressed powder shades. There are 17 different shades in this palette, along with one cream base to help you create a more vibrant look with the glitters. I always find that whenever I choose to add glitter shadows into my eyeshadow looks, that I always put down a layer of either eyeshadow base or like a creamy concealer, just to help bring out the vibrancy of the glitters, as well as helping them have something to stick to, basically. This palette is also available online and in store and retails for roughly around £12. So if you want to see how I get on with this eyeshadow palette along with the lip glosses at the end, then make sure to keep on watching. So I brought a bunch of different brushes in from my bedroom. I'm going to have a quick look at the palette just to see what takes my fancy and where I'm going to go with this. First of all, I'm absolutely in love with the size of the mirror. Not only is this good for doing your eyeshadow, but if needs be, you could do the rest of your makeup just using this mirror alone. I'm loving the amount of possibilities that there are when it comes to this palette. There are so many different routes that I could go down today, and I'm absolutely stuck on which one I'm going to do. Oh, this is really difficult because so many of these shades are absolutely lush. Okay, I think I know which way I'm going to go. Let's get started. Okay, so starting off, I'm going to go in with the shade here called Glitch, just to kind of like put a little bit of base down and set my eyes, because I'm not going to lie, your girl has a little bit of a greasy eyelid. I know that sounds really gross, but I'm not going to lie to you about it. Like, I do. I have to always set my eyelids. My makeup always breaks up around my eyes. It's just a little bit of a problem. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Clink up here. I'm just going to go into my crease, just to deepen it up a little bit with a very light hand. The shade Clink is coming out a lot lighter on my lids than it is in the pan, but I'm also using quite a fluffy brush, which might be why it's not so pigmented. That might be why I'm just bringing it in a C around my eyelids all the way to the inner corner and to the outer corner, as shows. So next I'm going to go in with the shade Blinked, yeah. No, Blinked, it says Blinked, yeah. I'm going to go in with the shade Blinked and pretty much do the same thing again, but I'm going to use a lot more product. There is a slight bit of fallout, but I mean, I'm not bothered about stuff like that, but just something to keep in mind if you are. Going in and pretty much doing the same thing, deepening the crease, just blending it into that layer of shadow that is already being applied. Sorry guys, I'm really struggling because I literally had my eyelashes done, no joke, like 2 days ago, and I never normally have Russians, but I did this time, and I'm like fighting to get over them because they're so thick. But pigment wise, these shadows are looking really good on my eyes. Like, let me know in the comments. It's kind of matching my pinafore, guys. I don't know if you can see. This is a new look pinafore that I bought really recently, and I'm absolutely obsessing over it because if you're a short girl, you will know skirts, dresses, anything like that, super hard to find where they're not basically like past your knee, and this is kind of perfect. So now with a slightly smaller, pointier and denser brush, I'm going to go in with the shade Sleet, which is on the bottom row of the palette down here, which is a kind of like verging from purpley into brown shade. It's also a matte shade. Just tapping into that one, dusting away the excess and just going into the outer corners of my eyelids and just deepening up the crease further. I'm patting it onto the outer C, just around here, but then I'm also slightly bringing it into the inner corner just to help everything blend a little bit more seamlessly. But I mean, just with that small amount of shadow that I've got on there at the moment, my eyes are looking pretty wild. Like, I'm really enjoying this. I'm just going to bring it a little bit down onto the lower lash line just to help blend it for later. Now, just going back in with that original brush that we started off with, which had Clink on it, I'm going to go in and apply the shade Burst, which is on the top row up here, which is a really cute kind of peachy shade. I know that that's a little bit of a different direction to what we started off with, but like I said, I want to use as many of these shades as possible. So I'm going to go in now and use the shade Burst to kind of help blend out the first shade we put on, which I believe was it Clink? Yeah, I think it was Clink, just because it looks a little bit harsh in my viewfinder. So I'm just going to use the excess Burst shade that is left on the brush to mix into my lower lash line. Okay, so I'm now going to go in with the shade Ignite, which is in the top corner. I believe it's shade 6 in the palette. I'm just going to use that to go into the outer corner to deepen everything out, just because I feel as though this look is kind of going a bit like pinky and warm. So this is what my eyes are looking like so far, as you can see. I'm going to go in now and apply the cream shadow. Where's the cream brush? I didn't bring it. Right, 2 seconds. Okay, I'm assessing the situation and trying to decide which shimmer shade to use. Because of the way that the look's going, I'm going to go with this one. I'm literally just sticking my finger into the pan and oh my goodness, look at that. Let's just do a little swatch. Ooh, look at that. So damn pretty. So now for the most dangerous part, if you have eyelash extensions, we're going to go in with that creamy base, pop some of it on the lid where I want the glitter to go, and then go in with the glitter. Okay, so the cream glitter base, oh, I did get some on my eyelashes, nice one. The base is a really nice consistency, it's not too wet, like you can get sometimes when you use concealer to cut your crease. So I'm going to go in now with a smoky shader brush. Okay, so I'm tapping into the glitter shades and I have a feeling it's probably best to apply them with your fingers, but I'm just going to go with what I'm doing right now. So I'm tapping into the shade Rocket, and as I'm going, it's like the glitters are separating out, so it feels more that it's a pressed pigment rather than an actual eyeshadow, which is fine as long as you put the base down. I think I'm going to go in with my finger because it seems to be sticking to my finger so much better. Oh my god, that's literally insane. And then I'm going to pat it onto the centre of my lid. I wasn't planning to go this way with this look, but tapping it onto my lid and slightly mixing it in so that it isn't such a definitive line between the two shades of glitters. I'm not going to lie to you though, this is kind of messy. It's very much going into my eyelashes. But I guess that's the kind of risk you take when you use pressed pigments. Look at my eyelids. So using the same brush that I used to apply Clink, I'm going to go in and just basically brush away any of the excess glitters that I haven't been so careful with applying. And then I'll go and do my other eye and show you the finished look. As you guys can see, this is the finished look. I absolutely love it. However, this was not what I was expecting to do when I first started out with the palette. I did not realise that the glitter shades that were in this palette were actually just pressed pigments. I thought that they were just very, very glittery shadows. Definitely pressed pigments. If you are somebody that is like me and hasn't ever really used them, make sure you watch a couple of tutorials, read up about it a little bit. Don't maybe use it first time for something important, like have a couple of practices before you do that, because it is kind of messy. Like as you saw, I was brushing through my eyelashes, blowing bits of pigment away from my face. Not a bad thing. Obviously, if you are experienced with pressed pigments, then you'll know all about the messiness that comes with them. So we're going to finish off the look now by using a couple of the Pout bombs. I have shade Peachy here today with me, which I think will go quite nicely with the eyeshadow look that I didn't plan on doing. And then I have just a clear gloss, which I believe is called Glaze. Yes, Glaze. Really cute packaging. I absolutely love the fluffy doe foot applicator. Ah, so cute. I'm all about that at the moment. I think I'm going to use Peachy first. Oh my goodness. Ah! Did you see that? Literally so much came out. This is what the applicator looks like up close. Really fluffy, like I said, doe foot applicator. Woo, okay, I have a lot to say about this lip gloss already and it's only been literally 10 seconds. So straight off the bat, look at the pigmentation of this lip gloss. Like, I've only applied one layer of this, one dip into the tube, and it's completely covered my lips. There is absolutely no patchiness. The colour is really vibrant and really nice. Another thing to mention as well, which I was not expecting, was the smell of the lip gloss. I put it onto my lips and I was like, can I smell mint? Like spearmint. And I smelled the doe foot applicator and I was like, oh my god, it smells really minty. If you guys don't know, I absolutely love the smell of mint. Anything mint flavour, I'm all about it. Chewing gum, chocolate, hot chocolate, also toothpaste. I love the smell of toothpaste. I know that's a little bit weird, but I love anything minty. Can't remember if I mentioned earlier, but this is actually a plumping range of lip glosses, so that might just be the formula doing its thing, making the lips really juicy and making them really plump. That's all I can imagine. The doe foot applicator was really nice. It was soft. It was large enough to cover the area of lip as well. But yeah, for a lip gloss, really, really pigmented. Absolutely love that. However, the shade is not really my cup of tea. Like, it looks super cute, don't get me wrong, and it goes quite nicely with the eyeshadow look that I'm wearing. For day to day, which is what I would tend to wear lip glosses for, I wouldn't maybe reach for a shade like this. I tend to go for the clear shade like Glaze, which is why I picked this one up. Just out of personal preference, I kind of like the glazed donut effect and the plumpness that just a clear gloss gives your natural lip. There are, I think, 7 different shades of this lip gloss in particular, and they retail for £5 online and in store. So that was my thoughts on the All That Glistens eyeshadow palette along with the Poutbomb glosses. The eyeshadow palette was really nice. It was a lovely mix. So many different shades to choose from. You could create a bunch of different looks. I really love the fact that they have added in a cream base as well to help you apply the pigment, because not everybody maybe would be prepared to use pressed pigment straight off the bat. Like, if you were a beginner, I wouldn't have known what to do with pressed pigments. It's just because I've seen so many people use them online in tutorials that I kind of know roughly what I'm doing. I think all of the Revolution ranges are super affordable products in general. They tend to be, on the whole, really good quality. These 2 products in particular, I think, are really great. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. I will leave links to everything that I've shown you in this video in the description, along with my social media, so make sure you go over and give my Instagram a follow, because I'm becoming way more active on there nowadays. I will also leave a button of my face over here in case you want to go over and subscribe for more videos. Thank you again so much for spending your time with me this week. I hope you have a super lush weekend as always, and I will see you again next time for another video. Bye!